Joining us now from Los Angeles is Hollywood journalist Jeanne Wolfe. And Jeanne Wolfe, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News. Let me ask you, first of all, for your reaction to the news of Olympia Dukakis' passing.
Well, I was very sad. I hadn't realized that she's been sick for several months, and she's not someone you ever think of that way. She was full of pep, full of ideas, full of humor, and made such an impression on the screen. So it was very sad for me to hear that.
How do you think she'll be remembered as an actress?
You know, she didn't like to be asked how she'll be remembered. Well, we know how she'll be remembered: as tough and ardent, passionate about her work, a great actress, and a gentle, motherly, and sensible woman.
She came into her kind of, Hollywood movie fame, if you like, a little bit later in her career, didn't she? How did that impact her as a person and indeed her career?
Oh, she says that it was much better. She loved acting in plays. She loved the theater. But movies, she said, made her finally be able to pay off her credit cards and have things that she wanted. She said, I sent my kids to college on credit cards. I never knew what it was like to have money that you didn't have to worry over. I also think that she loved the fame. People would just walk down the street and yell out lines from her movie tour. And she felt that was a great compliment because they treated her like a star, but they also treated her like they knew her.
And of course, she was very much involved in acting as a profession and the theatre from early on, though, wasn't she?
Very much so. She was part of a theater company. She loved the part she played. She helped teach people, and she's very much remembered for that. A little like the woman she played in Tales of the City, except the woman in Tales of the City was very flamboyant and a bit outrageous. But she also guided people, tried to tell them how to live, tried to be honest about life and what it brings, and about love and what it brings. It was fun to be around Olympia. She had great ideas about things.
And the movie Moonstruck, for which she won an Oscar and other awards, I believe, Jeanne, that you were backstage after she accepted the award.
I remember that night. I remember that night very well. She was calm. She said, I thought I'd be a wreck, but she was calm. She said, this feels so great. And at that point, it was earlier in the evening, and she said, oh, I hope Cher wins. I hope Cher wins. And Cher did win. But she was very frank with the audience. She said, fame, it's just another stage in life. If you've weathered what I have, bringing up children and, living in tough times, fame, you learn to cope with that too. She was a gentle toughie, such a special woman.
And of course, more recently, a new generation of fans will know her from That Tells the City. That was a success on Netflix. How do you think she changed the way that older actresses with more experience, were viewed in the mid-80s, early 90s?
Interesting, because at the beginning, everyone asked her about playing mother roles. And she said, oh, I'm a mother. I like playing mother roles. But Tales of the City, she got to dress in all this crazy clothing. She became a gay icon because of that part. She built her audience even wider and got more offers. And I think it did change the perception of her. And I think that was so much fun for her.
OK, Jeanne Wolfe, it's been really good to talk to you and reminisce about Olympia Dukakis. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to think about her.